Camelot 331 here, and I know you understand that retail workers, they go through some hell. If you're watching this, you probably work there. I know you have. I can see it in your eyes because I can see them right now looking into the screen. But no, retail workers deserve a raise. A lot of them are working for $7.50. And I don't really understand why. Now, granted, depends on where you live. My state, terrible. Nothing but trailer parks and meth. It's a fine time to be alive if you live in the good old Alabama. But if you don't, you might be making a little bit more. But retail workers get the brunt of all the angry old white ladies. And they are the worst, all right? So I think they deserve a raise. And I'm going to tell you why, all right? I'm going to tell you some stories that's going to get under your skin. It's going to make your booty tingle every time you think about it in your memory box. When you're dreaming at night, when you think you're safe, she's coming for you. I'm talking about the grandma. Look, before we get into these stories, like this damn video, share it with your friends, follow me on Odyssey, hit the subscribe button and the bell, because apparently it's very important. And make sure you do me a favor. Get the hell on it, doggone it. So first story, let's get into this right here. It's going to change your damn life. This one says, I work in a secondhand store and we have a policy that we don't do returns or exchanges. We have notes all over the store saying that, and the receipt clearly states it too. Shocking. I bet they didn't read it. Today when I was working the register, a man in his late 40s came up with a vinyl record and wanted to return it because he already had another copy of it at home. It had cost him a little less than $3 when he bought it from us. $3, guys. All right. Basically a stick of gum. I said, unfortunately, we don't do returns or exchanges. And he exploded. Ooh, damn. The look on his face was fascinating. He got completely red, eyes widened, his jaw dropped to the floor, and smoke would shoot out of his ears if it could. Dude, I've experienced this way too many times. I'm experiencing PTSD as I read this. At first, he asked what we would do if the record was broken because all of a sudden the record had a scratch at the end. Even though, just a second ago, that wasn't why you wanted to return it. I answered that we're unable to try the vinyls before we sell them and can only go by the quality of the record itself. This is very important, guys. That apparently just made it even worse, and he yelled, "You're making me so effing angry. How about this?" And broke the record in half in front of me. Now you can't even listen to the Michael Jackson, the Thriller record. Why would you do such a thing? When it didn't completely break in half, he did it again over his leg this time. Then he threw it on the floor and stormed out yelling about how much we sucked. Hot diggity damn. Hot, dude, I've seen this so many times. Why is grown people acting worse than a 4-year-old over $3 when it's their own mistake? Shocking. Look, guys. Actually, this is great. This is completely fine. When I was at GameStop, about a 20-year-old kid came in wanting to trade in an Xbox 360. And we gave around $80 for them at the time from what I remember. He threw it on the counter all aggressive like and was like, "Hey, trade this in for cash." And I was like, "All right, cool." And I was like, "Let me plug it up and test it." And he's like, "Can you not just give me the effing cash? Can you not just give me the effing cash? I got to get out of here, bro. Just give me the effing cash." And I was just like, "No." And I slid it back towards him and said, "Get the hell out of my store. I ain't taking this shit, bruh. I don't know what slice of damn entitlement cheesecake you just ate, but it ain't working on my ass, all right? I'm an adult. I'll throw you out with my damn bare hands. I'm going to be honest. You don't do that to me. I got real tired of it in my older age." But you know what he did? He took that 360 and spiked it like a football on the floor and just walked out. He walked out, spiked that bitch, and it exploded. So I don't know. I feel like he was wasting his money right there because that was really stupid. But that's nothing. What about this story right here? This one's going to make your pee-pee fall right off. If you're a female, maybe a labia. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But this one says, I was working self-checkout today at my store. It has those self-checkouts that have the bagging area scale. People don't know how to use those and thus are bad at stealing in them. Ooh. These people also happen to be the only ones in the self-checkout area at the time because grocery store thieves are very smart. I'm watching them mess up like normal, and soon enough, they start just straight up not scanning items. Some stuff I remember are a 2-pound tube of meat, some bread, and some sugar, baby. They're trying to get some of that free meat, just like my ex-wife, you know? I'm thinking to myself, ugh. I tell my front-end manager, and she calls the store manager up front. The manager gets there and is like, she noticed you might not have scanned some things. They start going through the couple's stuff and checking what they actually scanned. Obviously, this didn't sit well with the thieves, especially the woman, and it's always the woman. Starts throwing rude comments at me and saying how I should have told her. Would have gotten the same reaction regardless. Then she throws out the classic, she shouldn't be working here and she should be fired. What's your name? Let me see you outside. Like, what the hell? What the hell does this even mean, bruh? Like, I'm going to get you fired for doing your job? My name tag was flipped around and not showing my name, and I wasn't going to tell her my name. I wasn't saying anything, which pissed her off, so she was like, why aren't you saying anything? All the while her idiot companion was agreeing. Probably a dumb guy that's a yes man because he's trying to clap them cheeks. Look, if your girlfriend or your wife is crazy, don't be a yes man. Leave their ass. Because they're going to unleash the crazy on your ass too. All right? And you're going to probably die. It's going to be all over unsolved mysteries and shit. Then the lady says, maybe I should go to a regular register. Ooh. So my store manager avoids the entire transaction and takes over while I go cool off because I teared up because that's what I do when I get angry. I come back a few minutes later and lo and behold, they didn't want a bunch of their items and those had to be put back. Gotta love the reactions of thieves when they get caught. If you're gonna steal, be smart about it. Look, dude, that's the first thing. All right, it's like when you catch like your significant other cheating. If they get mad as hell, bruh, they did it. If they get mad, then that's a guarantee. They did the cheating. They allowed the PP to penetrate. All right, never allow the PP to penetrate. It's illegal in several countries, I'm pretty sure, especially in like the Islamic one. Anyways, yeah, you get. But that's nothing. Check this one out right here. It said, had a customer come in and want to use my phone. The guy's on drugs and always paranoid about something. I tell him he can't use the phone and no, I won't call my boss at midnight when she'll be here in 4 hours anyway. He starts getting mad, everyone. Can you believe it? Nothing out of the ordinary until he starts talking about me needing training. I love how he says this. Look, he says me needing training, right? So like, is that one of your duties at your job is to let a customer use your phone? I don't think it is. I didn't read that in the handbook. I just shrug him off like I usually do until he starts walking closer. Then he starts saying how the state's going to secede and I'm going to need training to be able to survive, baby. He was on foot anyway. He was a foot away from me, if not closer at this point. Dude's about to stab your ass, by the way. I backed up into the register area and pulled my knife out where he couldn't see. He got a little closer and just kept going on. So I backed up to the register. He finally backed off and came around the front register area. He rambled for a few more minutes, wanting me to come shoot some experimental gun with him or something. This dude's kind of badass. I'm a little bit shaken now that it's over. Had he kept coming, I'd have probably stabbed his ass. I've had a few people threaten me and stuff before, of course, but that's the first time I've actually felt like someone was actually a threat. Bruh, I'll stab you. I'm gonna be honest. Look, you encroach on my personal space, stabbed. Now, the issue is, look, guys, when I worked at GameStop, you weren't allowed to have like knives and guns and shit. But actually, I'm gonna be honest, like I probably shouldn't say this, but I actually carried my gun for a long time at GameStop. Because we got robbed all the time, dude. And I'm not trying to die for no damn GameStop. Would they die for me? No, of course not. So, no. But that's nothing, boys. You want to know why retail workers deserve a raise? This is it right here. It says, so I used to work at a major grocery store about 10 years ago. I had been working there for about 8 years and got along with both my coworkers and customers. I worked in the dairy department, which is considered part of the grocery department, but I always have my hand full restocking yogurt and milk. Dairy is next to the frozen food department. So every now and then I get a customer asking about ice cream that was on sale. They'd ask if we had any in the back of whatever flavor they wanted, and even though I don't work directly in frozen, I'll check if no other coworkers are available. So nice of you, and it was always very cordial and respectful. Except for one customer, of course. Except there's always the one, baby. I was restocking yogurt, as I usually did, when this lady comes and asks about ice cream, and if I could check what we had in the back. Look, it's always a woman. Damn these women. The grocery guy was on break, so I had to help her. I know we don't have any more as we got a shipment in and that's one of the first things that gets refilled. But I still go back and check. I come back out and tell her that we don't have anything, unfortunately, but that we might have some tomorrow. Ooh. And she gave me the weirdest look I've ever seen anyone give me. Uh-oh. She then said, thank you. Can you tell me the name of the manager that's on tonight? I thought that was weird, but I didn't think much of it. I told her the manager was on or who was on, and left. So she told him the manager's name. About a half hour later, I go on my break to head to the front of the store as Derry is in the back of the store. When I get there, I see my coworker giving me a weird look. Oh, damn. I asked him what's going on, and one of the cashiers asked me, did you tell a customer to F off? God, bro, I've been through this so many times. I looked confused and said, of course not. They mentioned that the customer that asked for ice cream told the manager I was being obnoxious and vulgar, and that they should fire me or she'll take her business elsewhere. Now, I've never had any issues with customers before and my record was clean at the company, but that outburst from the customer ruffled the feathers of the store manager, who was new. It was decided that I should go to another location to avoid any problems. So I got sent to another store 15 minutes away. Damn! It sucked to do it, but I never had to deal with her again, and I planned not to stay with the company after I graduated college anyway. Since then, most of the people I used to work with that store are now gone, but the ones that are still there still talk about that customer when they see me. Bruh, that is the one worst thing that old white ladies do. They'll get mad at you for literally something that's out of your control and go tell the manager that you told him to F off and you slapped him. You know how many times working at GameStop or Walmart where I would have an old lady call our customer service line or our corporate office or my boss directly and be like, your employee Cody told me I was a stupid old bitch and he slapped me and then kicked my daughter in the face. And I'd be like, yeah, none of that happened. And the district manager would still give her like a $25 gift card every time. Retail employees need a raise, son, because they got to deal with the worst of humanity. And what the worst of humanity has to offer is old ass ladies. I don't know what it is, man, but they're terrible as hell. If you have a story you want to share with me, message me, son. Like this video. Share it with your boys. Follow me on Odyssey. Please, for the love of God, give me a kiss right on my cheek because I desperately need one. And do me a favor, damn it. Make sure you get the hell on it. Doggone it. Bye. Yeah. Almost threw up.